He's got a man wide open. Can he come down with it? He does!
Hey, we're not done! Let's go!
Welcome everyone to another edition of Inside Martinsville Football here on WREP 15 Sports and the MHS Rewind YouTube channel. I'm your host Eric Meyer, joined as always by Artesian head coach Brian Duggar. A lot to talk about on the show here as we record during e-learning on a Wednesday here in the RTV studios at Martinsville High School. We've got the contest Martinsville played last week against the Whiteland Warriors to take a look at. And we've got the game coming up on Friday night at home against the Perry Meridan Falcons. Coach, let's talk a little bit about the contest against Whiteland. This is a game that we talked about last week, the fact that it's an offense that's very hard to prepare for and that you may be doing your job well, but at times they're going to pop the big play. You just have to limit those big plays.
Yeah, and they popped quite a few of them. That was excuse me. That was kind of the tail of the game. I thought we did a pretty decent job in the first half of preventing that big play from happening. I think it was 14-0 at halftime, and we were doing a good job with our scheme, doing a good job gap sound and playing assignment football. And just had some mistakes in the second half, and they kind of caught us out of position 3 or 4 times, and those 3 or 4 times went big. Unfortunately, they never really put a drive together on us. It was just either big play or nothing.
And then on the flip side of it, you guys had some trouble moving against a very, very good defense.
Yeah, their defense, that's one of the better defenses we've seen. They've just, they're big up front, they're talented, they're well coached, they're disciplined. That's a really good defense that we went against. So, we had a little success there second half. Didn't put anything in the end zone, but hats off to Whiteland. They played a really good game, and we just got to get better.
Try to get better, and we'll preview the contest coming up this week. A little bit later in the show against Perry Meridan, first half of play, Tyrus Martin in the game gets hurt at halftime, so you have to turn to your sophomore quarterback. But Tyler Atkins, you guys know what you have in him and have really been high on him and his ability for a while, and he came in and played pretty well in a very tough spot.
Yeah, he did. We've felt all along that we've had 2 really good quarterbacks. When I first got here in July, it was kind of an open competition, but Tyrus was kind of the guy who kind of came up ahead. He's a senior, bigger, stronger, but we still felt confident about Tyler if he ever had to go in a game or if we needed to do that. When Tyrus got dinged up a little bit in the first half there with his tricep and shoulder area, we went ahead and made the switch there, and Tyler came in and played great. We had no issues as far as the offense. He moved the ball. We had 3 really good drives. He made some big-time throws on 3rd and long to extend drives. Made a couple nice plays on 4th down, scrambling around and extending plays, and we were really, really proud of him and how he came in and just took control of the offense.
What are some of the things that you like about his game, some of the things that he's able to bring to the field for you guys?
He's got a moxie about him. He's a confident guy. When he went out there, it wasn't like, oh my gosh, I'm on varsity, football field. It was the exact opposite. It was, hey, I'm out here, I'm in charge. I think there was a couple drives there where even the Whiteland kids were kind of, whoa, who's this kid and what's he doing and what's going on right now? They had to kind of regroup a little bit themselves. So I think that the biggest thing he brings to us is that. He brings a little moxie. He brings a little excitement to what we're doing.
Does the playbook change any, the play calling change any with some of the things that he's able to do?
I don't know that it really changes. He's a pretty sharp kid, so he may get to some things in our playbook as far as kind of some checks or some things down the road. He's a film nerd, if you will, as far as he's going to dive in and he's a junkie. He loves football and he's always watching film. He's always trying to better himself and kind of get a little bit deeper in the offense. But no, the playbook stayed the same. We called the same plays. We called the same things. he just did a good job executing. There really wasn't much difference in that, and him and Tyrus, he just came in and executed there a little bit.
Also, when we looked at the contest as well, we saw that offensively in the second half of play. Defensively, like you said, they were able to get some big runs and some big things. Do you guys then, again, we've talked about this, how you evaluate the film every week, but are there some takeaways or, again, some other things that maybe were highlighted a little bit more that you guys feel that you have to maybe really focus in on more now after that contest?
Yeah, you kind of look at that and you take a look at the film and see that, we just kind of did a bad job with our assignments. We need to do a better job of controlling our gaps and doing our job. But at the same time, it's also one of those that, because of what Whiteland does a little bit, kind of take that film and throw it out a little bit. Just because we could beat a dead horse, if you will, and talk about all the things. But the reality is we're not going to see that again. And it's time to get better and focus on us and just come out this week and play a better game.
Try to move forward. You'll have the Perry Meridan Falcons coming up on Friday night. Before we get to that contest, let's go ahead and take a look at some of the highlights from the contest against the Whiteland Warriors that we saw on Friday night. That fly sweep to begin with.
There it is right there. And you see Tanner Smith here, good job. First half, we did a great job of doing our assignments. I think they had one or two pretty good plays, but here we are on the jet sweep there. Got three guys flying to the ball, doing their job, and just, I think this is the one where Larry Bland does a good job on this one, flying up. We were kind of locked in early. We were dialed in and doing what we're supposed to be doing. I don't think they didn't have a passing yard, so that's a positive, right?
Yeah.
They had a lot of rushing yards, unfortunately, but we did held them to 0 on the passing game.
Yeah, not one of their strengths.
No.
Big dude, Max Sullivan, the tight end, but good defense by you guys.
Yeah, here's a big play. Nigel coming down. I think this is the fumble here. Nigel gets a hand in there, and then Malachi does a great job. Malachi Pringle jumping on the ball, giving us opportunity. Fortunately, we didn't capitalize on it again, but our defense played well in the first half. They did a good job. They kept us in the game. We just got to be better. Here's a little RPO action there from Tyrus to Braxton. Good job with Tyrus reading it there, and Braxton Dilly again making big catches. And then, like I said, Tyler came in. He threw some really good balls. He had a little moxie to him, and brought a little bit of excitement to the offense. And guys were stepping up as well. Did some good things here, and he kind of good at finding those little windows to throw the ball in.
Moves well.
Yeah.
Has to with his size, but he does.
Not the biggest guy. He's not like Tyrus where you can kind of see over top of the line. He can step up. This right here, you kind of coach, don't ever do that again, but great play type thing. That's the type of thing that he brings to the table a little bit more. Again, another big night, another hard running night for Tyler Cox. Just keeps pounding, keeps doing his job, doesn't complain, just keeps working. And again, our two sophomores, Luke Cheatham and Garrett Skaggs, getting better each week. Another big catch there, and just, like I said, we're doing some things well. We just got to keep getting better each week. Again, another one, a little screen job. Good job there by Jason Jenkins, getting out there on the little rocket screen. Solo out there on that, and did a really good job on that play. I think Weston Pemberton finished with like 16 or 17 tackles, so he was flying around making plays. Just wish there was some more plays being made here and there. It's good having him back for a little bit. We kind of limited Bo a little bit. We didn't want him to play a whole game because of the injury, but it was nice having him out there for about half the game, and just good seeing him back in our flying around making plays.
Trying to get his feet wet once again for this week against Perry Meridan. So you come back to practice this week after that contest. How has the practice gone this week for the kids?
Practice has been good. The kids were good on Monday and Tuesday. We haven't practiced yet on Wednesday, so we'll see how today's goes. But we're dialed in. We've really targeted this as a game that we need to kind of build off of. We need to play well. We need to put together a full game again for the first time. We talked about that for multiple weeks now, putting together a full game and just playing our style of football.
Perry Meridan, the opponent coming up on Friday night, and this is a Falcon Ball Club. They're in the same school district as what you guys were when you were at Southport, so you probably are familiar with probably some of the kids or some of the personnel that's on their ball club. But offensively, what are we going to see out of the Falcons on Friday night? Is it kind of one of those things they may pull out a whole new offense on Friday?
Yeah, they do a lot of different things. They've, first few games they were kind of running some double tight stuff, and then they kind of did some different things the last few games, some wildcat stuff here and there. They've got 3 or 4 really good players. They've got some speed and some athletic ability. The Warren kid is he had a really big game against Martinsville last year. He's a bowling ball. He's tough to bring down. He's just tough as nails. And Coach Cooper is doing a good job of keeping those kids bought in and keeping those kids getting better each week. You can see it on film. They're not winning yet. They haven't had that, but they are getting better each week. And we've talked at length this week that we've been kind of doing the same thing. So we need to have a week where we kind of take that step. Don't let them take the step. We need to take the step.
Seeing that they have changed a little bit of what they're doing offensively, it's a new coach, so it's not something that they've established a pattern that you can do as well. How much more difficult does that make game preparation for you guys?
It does. It makes it tough because you never know what they're going to throw out at you. You don't know what to expect. But it comes back to this is a big read your keys, make sure we're playing sound football, gap sound, fundamentally sound, defeat blocks, make tackles. That's what we're really focusing on this week, because no matter what they line up in, no matter what they do, if we're doing those things, we're going to be okay. So we've got to do a good job this week of coaching that and making sure our kids are bought into that, and then we show up on Friday night. If they're doing something different that we hadn't prepped for, that we haven't seen, we got to make our adjustments, and then we got to do a good job of doing the things we practiced all week.
Multiple on offense, may have multiple offenses on Friday night. On the defensive side, what are we going to see out of the Falcons?
They're a stacked defense. They're going to have, sometimes they play some man and play some cover 3 behind it, but for the most part, they play their stack, and they've been coached to read and react. And there's been a couple games where they've kind of unleashed it a little bit and brought some heavy blitzes. So I don't really know what we'll see, if we'll see more the read react or the bring the house type philosophy, but we'll prepare for both. They've got, again, on that side of the ball, they've got some really fast guys. They've got a defensive end that's just really quick and could cause a lot of problems for us. One of their linebackers, I think, is a really good football player too. They've got pieces all around that are that when they start getting things figured out, I think they're going to be a pretty good football team. So we've got to do a good job this week of executing our game plan, trusting our rules, communicating, and we'll be just fine.
So let's go over it one more time. You've touched on it a little bit, but some of the things you're going to have to do offensively and defensively to get a victory on Friday night.
Well, defensively, again, we got to defeat blocks and tackles. That's one thing that look at the Whiteland game. We did a bad job of defeating blocks. We were real kind of hands-on and just kind of getting pushed around a little bit versus attacking the block, defeating it, and then making the tackle. And I think that's where some of the big plays came from. We had guys in the right spots, and then we wouldn't make the play. So that's a huge focus this week on defense. And on offense, it's just we got to keep taking the steps. We got to finish drives. We can't get down to the 20-yard line and not get in. We can't have turnovers. We just got to keep getting better.
You talked a little bit about Bo Hess kind of easing his way back in, back at 100%, I believe, or back full go this week. What's the injury situation look like for the ball club coming in on Friday?
We're, for the first time in quite a while, I feel like we're pretty healthy. We're not going to have a lot of guys dinged up. We're going to have a pretty healthy squad. We got a couple guys with some bumps and bruises, but I think we're pretty good.
All right, Coach, we appreciate it. Good luck coming up on Friday night.
Hey, I appreciate it. We need to get back in the win column.
Let's
that's
get
for
back
sure.
A big W for the Artesians on Friday night. Martinsville and Perry Meridan, the Falcons fly into town on Friday to Ciderwitz Field to battle the Artesians. 7 o'clock kickoff in the Mid-State Conference matchup. Get out here, support the Artesians. And Coach Duggar, if you can't get there, tune in to the MHS Rewind YouTube channel, and we will have live coverage starting at 6:45. As always, I'd like to thank the head coach, Brian Duggar, for coming in. For Coach Duggar, along with Silas McFarland, who came in and produced it, I'm Eric Meyer. We'll see you again next time inside Martinsville Football.
got a man wide open. Can he come down with it? He does!